journey as a Saleshandy co-founder?
Me and Piyush both have been working together for 3-4 years back also, before 2015.
तो एरा ही अलग था, मतलब उस टाइम पे अगर आप देखने जाओ तो मार्केटिंग, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, इट्स जस्ट अबाउट टू हाइप कि चल रहा था, बट
there was a kind of urge in 2015 that we should build something in SaaS.
they believe in the sales-led company, right? So what's your take on that?
But in our case, we were more of a marketers, we were more of a product builders, right?
Behind the scene things which the founder's journey not able to people are to see.
I mean, it looks fancy stuff doing outside, but in inside it's like you work hard, you
the CEO, तो मतलब 4 घंटे आता होगा और आराम से
reaching out to IT company, they need a different treatment. So it is not about the sender, it is about the recipient.
Customers data security.
Towards on, it is more towards how you are selling, how you are marketing.
कभी marketing में, कभी sales.
Based on the ticket size. If the ticket size is low, this ratio would be different. If the ticket size is high, this ratio would be different.
Start taking this kind of coach or taking and understand how sales are working, how business.
I haven't been seeing any such festival offers or things like that coming on, but
the biggest lie founders believe about building a sales team.
The teams, it will make people more efficient.
Hello everyone, welcome again Chit Chat with Harry. Today we have a special guest, Dhruv Patel, co-founder of Saleshandy. He has started his career in digital marketing. So today we will going to learn about how to do sales, what are the right processes to outreach, cold email and setting whole sales process. Hello Dhruv, thank you so much for coming here. I'm glad you are here. And so Dhruv, how you started your journey as a Saleshandy co-founder?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. It started long back in 2015. Me and Piyush both have been working together for 3-4 years back also, before 2015. And during that journey, we were, I was mostly into the marketing side of the business, and he was the co-founder of the company. That's where the idea triggered, that me being into marketing had a lot of analytics software that helps me understand what is happening after the action that I am taking as a marketer. And on the other end, sales team just sending emails, not getting know-how of what's happening after the emails being sent. Is prospects, is recipients opening it or not? So that was a very beginning pain point that we started with. And Piyush and I both decided then to start with a small Chrome extension that helps sales teams do track their email opens. When they send emails and recipient opens it, it gives a open tracking notification, and with the help of that, sales teams can really make their follow-ups timely. Maybe they can discover some dead leads. If they are reopening the email after 2 or 3 months, they can discover that, yes, the prospect is still engaged with their email. So with that small idea of email open tracking, we entered into this space of sales, and then we built a Chrome extension, and with the help of that Chrome extension and sales teams connect, we learned a lot from our customer base back then about what other challenges they are facing, and what kind of problems we could solve for them. And that's when we entered into this sales outbound space, proper sales outbound space, wherein we understand that a lot of people use tools like mail merging and spreadsheet to mail merging and all sort of stuff. So we decided let's do something around making their use case of sending cold emails more productive. So we started building Saleshandy in the shape of cold outreach software. Then after 2 or 3 years, I believe, of start. So 2015 we started, and I believe 2 or 3 years later we were properly into a cold outreach space after learning from salespeople about their problems.
why what I understand is like वो जो एरा ही अलग था, मतलब उस टाइम पे अगर आप देखने जाओ तो मार्केटिंग, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग इट्स जस्ट अबाउट टू हाइप की चल रहा था, बट द ओल्ड स्कूल सेल्स पीपल, एवरीवन थिंकिंग अबाउट टू परचेज द सेल्स टूल्स टू ऑटोमेशन. तो ऑटोमेशन एरा आई थिंक वो चालू हो रहा था, और दैट्स द रीजन आई थिंक you guys have decided. So why only the Saleshandy for the sales only? आपको और कोई आइडिया, मतलब ऐसा ट्रिगर हुआ था कि ये करे, या तो सिर्फ मुझे आपको पहला आइडिया ये आया था कि नहीं, आई हैव टू स्टार्ट फॉर दी सेल्स ऑटोमेशन ओनली?
I mean, we've been doing a few other stuffs. I mean, we were looking for ideas. So we were mostly selling in India before 2025. Our software product was to serve the Indian customers. And we were seeing a big trend of it. At that point in time, we didn't have any SaaS products. So we were following closely the SaaS trends. And there was a kind of urge in 2015 that we should build something in SaaS. And we were finding for ideas, we were finding for problems that we can solve. And this was the problem that we find out around the sales people, and that's when we started. And because sales is something that will always give you a tailwind, because it is never going to happen that people will not want sales to be increasing, right? So anything you build in sales marketing, I mean martech or sales tech, you will always have a tailwind behind you.
Right, actually. So based on that, what I understand is, so if I ask the question, like there is always a misunderstanding regarding the founders, like they believe in the sales-led company, right? So what's your take on that?
Yes, I mean sales-led companies do give an edge to founders. I mean any business has a core of, in the core of any business, it is revenue, and revenue comes from sales, and that is why I believe founders has been keeping sales as the closest thing to their activities. I mean what they do. So that's why I believe founders, when generally they start, they really get indulged into sales activities a lot. But in our case, we were more of a marketers, we were more of a product builders, right? So even today also, we were not deeply involved into any sales activities. Rather, we are involved into looking for a funnel leakage, or maybe how we can optimize the conversion rates, and more of a product stuff, more of a marketing stuff is what we have been doing. And our product is currently also in a PLG, product-led growth motion kind of stuff.
So what I understand, like you are pro in the SaaS marketing things, right? So what kind of strategies, or like I can say overall like strategies you have utilized to boost your Saleshandy sales?
So if I speak about strategies we have been using in Saleshandy to grow our business, it's more around inbound. I mean, we have been utilizing, though we are outbound product, we have been utilizing inbound as a strategy, because our product attributes are like that. I mean, the ticket size is small. A lot of people come, try, and tool itself doesn't guarantee the outcome. So the nature of the product and the core of what we are expert at, with respect to that, we have been doing a lot of inbound related stuff and less of an outbound. Of course, I mean, we do outbound activities also, but our primary ways to get more business is, our primary strategy, you might say, is to focus on an inbound related marketing activities, especially on content creation, or you might say.
So if I ask, like, tell me 3 things for any SaaS product company they have to do in the marketing.
So I would say in marketing, 3 things that any new SaaS company, if they are already they are very new, they are not already in the space, I would say they should start building on content strategies immediately. Together with content strategies, they should start doing cold outreaches, because Cold outreaches are immediate. It starts
Okay.
giving you immediate results. You start getting conversations with the prospects immediately with the cold
Right.
outreach that you doesn't get with the content strategy because it takes
Okay.
a lot of time. So I believe these are the two key things. I mean, one is content creation, one is cold outreaches, and of course you reach out on calls. And when I say cold outreach, it has a
Okay.
lot of activities behind that.
Okay. So I believe like content creation and cold outreach is the main key players
Correct.
for
Correct.
SaaS companies, right? Great. Okay. So Dhruv, like I want to understand the things. Like I want to understand the behind the scene things which the founder's journey not able to people are to see. आपने देखा होगा कि सोशल मीडिया में हम फाउंडर्स की जर्नी कुछ और दिख रही होती है, बट
Yeah.
द बिहाइंड द सीन देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स.
Yeah.
So can you describe like what you do as a founder?
So I mean, on social media you see founder doing a lot of stuff, fancy stuff, I would say.
Fancy stuff.
But it's not the right thing. I mean, we do go through a lot of ups and downs in our life.
Right.
Especially if it is a SaaS business, you see, and in a sales tech, you see a lot of churn happening, customers coming, going. It is
Right.
painful stuff to observe.
Right.
And it's not that we keep, as a founder, we keep visioning for, I mean, beautiful products.
Right.
We keep doing visionary stuff, or we
Right.
literally keep strategizing on a lot of stuff. No, it's like we do a common, we indulge into fixing common basic stuffs like fixing the funnels, creating the getting dashboards created,
Right.
or maybe you can say fixing the marketing copies, messaging. So these are the very very basic nuances of any SaaS business that we keep on doing day in day out, and that's how we slowly and gradually progress towards the what we are right now. I mean,
So-
it look fancy stuff doing outside, but in inside it's like you work hard, you show up on a specific stuff consistently every day without getting bored on either it is giving results or not, either
Right.
judging it too early before stopping any marketing activity or any kind of actions you have started taking, without being early judgmental. You keep showing up on stuff and keep having a trust every day and doing the same
Right.
things again and again until it doesn't work, and make a right judgment at a right time around when to stop things, when to start things. So this is the common founder day of any company, I believe.
Yeah, actually like जब आप सोशल मीडिया में देख रहे हो तो वो एक अलग दिखता है शायद. मतलब एवरीवन एज अ एम्प्लॉय और अदर आउटसाइड पीपल फील लाइक ही इज अ सीईओ. तो मतलब इसके पास तो मतलब 4 घंटे ही आता होगा और आराम से एंजॉय करता होगा. सो दैट्स नॉट द लाइफ ऑफ
Not at all.
एज अ फाउंडर. लाइक इट्स बीन अराउंड. कभी आप 8 घंटे काम करो तो शायद कभी 18 घंटे भी काम किया है.
True, and you can keep your body outside of office, but not mind. I mean,
Actually.
so it's 24/7 kind of a role. I mean, you wake up 3 a.m. in the night and your mind is always thinking on a product stuff or some churn related issues or maybe some workflow you have been building. I mean, you start your day at any moment and the first thought comes in is about your business or a product. So it's a 24/7 kind of stuff. It's not that simple.
Yeah, actually we discuss a lot about the Saleshandy. So the question comes in my mind, can you walk through your like cold email process from lead listing building to crafting, sending, tracking, follow up?
So at Saleshandy we have been following ourselves, as well as we recommend a lot of processes to a lot of our customers. We have been writing content around what has been working. We have been analyzing ourselves that what's been working, what's the right approach or not. So according to me, a simple process, if you might ask me, if someone new who is about to start a cold outreach, is you define your ICP. That is the first and most foremost important stuff that one has to do. and one has to do right. So invest heavily on defining your ICP.
Okay.
I mean, the other week we were in that same session, and we were discussing the same stuff, that you go through your existing customer base, you go through what's working, what's not working in your past history, or maybe you take a pseudo examples, or you maybe revisit your competitors' strategy, and from there also you can decide and fix out your ICPs and make sure that is right, and you keep experimenting until your ICP, until your end outcome is not coming right. I mean, ICP is the area where you experiment a lot. You keep trying A, B, C, D, and a lot of stuff. So ICP definition is the first stuff. Then you decide on the prospecting part, how you will find the leads. So maybe a database or some prospecting strategy you build it around. You build a content, what kind of copies you will reach out to, what kind of messaging, what kind of offer you will be reaching out to your prospect with, and post that you build your email sending infrastructure. You make the setup right so that your emails doesn't land into the spam, and it goes into the inbox in a right way, and then post that comes monitoring your systems and performance and keep the hygiene right. So this is the common flow of any outreach process. I mean, you start with prospecting, you end with monitoring and iterations.
Okay. Can you walk us through your cold email process? So how things are working? Like, what's your approach for these things?
So if you ask me about my cold email outreach process, I mean, not necessarily just mine, but anybody's. I believe the first principle here is that you do right ICP building activity. You understand your ICPs right. You create a prospecting strategy, how you will find them when actually you want them to outreach. So basically a prospecting strategy. Messaging, basically what you will be reaching out to in terms of content. And especially your offer, what exact offer you want to go and pitch in the email content. And then comes the sending infrastructure setup, which makes you and your copy land into the primary inbox rather than any spam or promotional folder. You do these things right, and then you keep monitoring the performance is what I believe the entire loop of making cold outreach process right looks like.
For everyone, like for the IT, non-IT, everyone, they have a clear outreach process, right?
Correct. So on a larger picture, the process is the same. I mean, process remains the same. The nitty-gritty into each of these processes, each of the part of the process changes based on the industry, especially based on the industry of the recipient whom you are reaching out to. So if you are reaching out to IT industry, they require a different treatment. Though you are not an IT company, or though you are a digital company, media company, whatever the company you might be, whatever the industry you might be coming from. But if you are reaching out to IT company, they need a different treatment. So it is not about the sender, it is about the recipient. So it is all about the recipient, where the recipient is basically. So if the furniture manufacturer is reaching out to an IT service company, it requires a different treatment. It's not about who you are, it's about whom you are reaching out to. And things change based on whom you are reaching out to.
So as you said, like for the different industries, the process and things are different. So do you think like purchasing a tool for the sales team is necessary for any company?
Yes, I mean, if someone, if you are an outbound team and outbound sales team, they do require a lot of tools. I mean, they require CRM, they require outreach software, especially email outreach software, if they are doing cold email outreaches outside. And I mean, tools, yes, anybody and everybody should purchase, because they eventually end up, so it doesn't guarantee you the outcome, but it makes you, it allows you to think in a right, it allows you to put an energy into the right space. So let's say if you aren't using any tools, your focus and your energy will go into doing things manually yourself. Rather than that, I believe having tools is a good idea for any company, because that will save energy and focus of your team member on stuff which can be automated, which can be eased out, and they can focus on a real stuff like maybe closing the deals or making battle cards for their sales teams. True. And many more stuff which is not solvable by tools directly. So whatever the options are available which can be solved by tools, it should be solved by tools.
Okay. And now the era of AI, how like tools are effective or efficient?
With AI coming into the picture, earlier the tools were more of a vanilla kind of softwares which solves the vanilla problem and lesser complex problem, or maybe I would say problems which are logically solvable.
Okay.
Now with the AI coming into the picture, we product companies are able to solve problems beyond that also. So for example, if I give example of Saleshandy, we have been doing a lot of stuff around logics that your emails will go in a humanized sending pattern. So basically humanized sending pattern is what? Logic, right? Logic. But with AI coming into the picture, now we are able to generate sequences for your business. So let's say you come and you sign up on Saleshandy. You do not need to yourself generate a sequence. You just drop your website.
Okay.
AI reads your website, does a lot of stuff, ask you 5 right questions, and get you started. Right. Okay. So this is beyond the logical operations, right? Earlier softwares were built mostly for solving this logical operational problems. Now softwares are capable of solving problems beyond that. As I mentioned, with the help of AI and this large language model understanding and throwing inputs output that way, things can be solved in a way better way.
And what will be right follow-up method?
So if you might ask about the follow-up cadence and follow-up method, things are like if you are doing email outreach and not following up, it's a crime. First thing first. So follow-ups are very important. When it comes to email outreach as a channel, the only reason it has been most successful till day is because it gives you the scale, right? But with scale you have to follow the best practices, and that's where the follow-up comes to the picture, right? So follow-up method has to be, of course, I mean, you reach out to the prospect in the day 1, and then you follow up respectfully on day 3, 7, 21, like that.
So kitne follow-ups kar sakte hain?
See, it again, as I mentioned, it depends on industry. If you are reaching out to folks in IT industry, they are getting a lot of emails day in, day out. Their attention to their mailboxes are less, and they get more agitated with the maybe unless unsolicited emails coming into the mailbox. So they are more sensitive to marking your email as spam, right? They are more sensitive to getting harassed with a lot of emails. So with when you are reaching out to IT companies or such the industry, maybe digital media or any industry which has people spending more time on digital, I believe follow-ups has to be lesser. I mean, around 3 or less than that, for of course to safeguard your deliverability and to safeguard your domain reputation. And for those industry who are not always on emails or who are not getting agitated so frequently or so fastly, you can reach out maybe 5 or 6 follow-ups to them.
Okay. So if any SaaS company or any IT company who started the sales, right? So उनको पहले क्या setup करना चाहिए?
Someone who has started sales as an outbound process, first thing first they need to do is to I mean, as I mentioned in the process part, that ICP to the end journey, that is also the same thing over here. You do the
Okay.
ICP thing right,
Okay.
then you do the right prospecting and so on and so forth. So I believe it is same as what
वो तो हो जाता है, मतलब क्या है कि लोगों को पता है कि भाई मैंने टूल ले लिया, टूल से सेटअप कर दिया, बट people are always forget to set up their what we can say SPF, DKIM or something. So that's the reason क्या होता है कि उनके मेल कंपनी नई चालू की और तुरंत ही उन्होंने चालू कर दिया कि भाई ईमेल करना चालू कर दिया, कोई वार्म अप नहीं किया. So what the right process?
So
from scratch.
So the right process is like because the domain reputation is the key part to be safeguarded over here. We recommend a lot of people, and that has been an industry norm to create an look-alike alternative domain of your primary business domain.
Right.
So you have created a new domain, you have created a new email accounts wherein you are going to outreach using that email accounts, which is newly created. Right. So newly created email accounts needs a warm-up, needs a right setup to be used. As you mentioned, SPF, DKM, DMARC, and there are many more MX records that needs to be done right so that your email
setup karte?
So see, it's a simple DNS record that needs to be entered into your domain registry, right? And it's a simple, quick technical stuff. And these days, this setup is also being automated, right? So the people in sales.
So in your Saleshandy, is these things are automation, or like founders or company has to set up these things in their domain?
So if you are buying or setting up things into the Saleshandy, it is being automated. You do not need to worry about SPF, DKM or DMARC setup or any other MX record setup that makes your cold email outreach land into the inbox. So with us, it is automated. In case you are coming out with your own email service providers, then you have to do it manually, and it's not a technical stuff, a big technical stuff. You can ask for any engineer or anyone who is basic technical person can get you this setup done easily. So basically, it's like a simple one-time setup stuff. But the importance is like you are traveling to some abroad countries and you are not having a passport, you will not be allowed, right? It's as simple as that. You are sending an email and you don't have these basic stuff with you, you will not be allowed to be entered into the mailbox.
So is there any tools where like they can check their websites is DKMI verified or not, or वो spam में जा रही है कि नहीं, ऐसे कोई tools है?
There are a lot, and I would start with mine only. I mean, with Saleshandy, we have been giving you all of this, all of this data right inside Saleshandy, wherein you connect if you're connecting your email account into the Saleshandy, you get to know that is this things done right or not. And recently we have launched a tool named Inbox Radar, which is again a Saleshandy's product, which gives you the exact details about where your emails are landing. So even your copies. So email deliverability is dependent on 10-15 different factors. Which factor is not letting your email delivered? You never know. You have to do guesswork a lot of time, right? So we have built a tool named Inbox Radar, which gives you an exact idea on where your emails are landing. Are they landing in inbox, spam, promotion tab, and why they are landing there, right? So you do not need to do any guesswork. You know that your emails are having a lot of HTML ratios, unbalanced HTML ratios, or you have DKM, DMARC setup done in a wrong way, maybe, or your content has a spammy keyword. So any of this reason, and our tool will automatically populate that reason into in front of you to stop doing guesswork.
Okay. And now we understand the process, tools, and follow-ups. Now the thing is data. So what's your thought? Like, give me your thought कि ये जो data होता है, तो every company is worried about कि मेरा data भी चला जाएगा अगर मैं वो tool लेता हूँ. So I have two questions. One is, which tools is always good to get the data, and second, एज अ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट कंपनीज और जो प्रोडक्ट्स में या जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट या ये सेल्स फोर्स और ये अलग अलग सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करती हैं, दे आर वेरी बिगर कंपनीज और उनके क्लाइंट्स भी बहुत बड़े होते हैं. सो दे हैव ऑलवेज कंसर्न कि मैं अगर जैसे अपोलो, सेल्सशैंडी या कोई भी टूल लेता हूँ तो मेरा डेटा भी वो ग्रैब कर लेंगे और क्या होगा. सो आप यू डिस्क्राइब लाइक व्हाट द बेस्ट थिंग and why data is needed.
Okay, so I'll give you a holistic understanding of how this data market works. So mostly the problem across any tools or any databases available out there is around the data quality, and that problem is because of the frequent change happening in the data, right? Take a number. I would take a fair guess around this number that it would be 15 to 20% change of people's job every quarter, right? Every quarter, any database company, if they do not refresh their data or if they do not keep their data updated, 15 to 20% of the data would be stale because people would have changed the job or company would have been stopped or a number of reasons, right? So the problem is very tedious to solve. Especially when it comes to data refreshment, and that's why what I have experienced throughout any database, you go with any of the database companies and you would receive around 80-85, between 70 to 85% of the data quality, right? So if you go for an upmarket good quality software, you would get 85% of correct data. If you would choose low market or cheaper options, you would get maybe 70-75% of quality data. So it always varies. So here the right strategy is to do waterfall enrichment, wherein if tool A is not giving the right data,
you go for waterfall enrichment.
So waterfall enrichment is simply like a step-by-step enrichment process. You have multiple sources of truth. If source A is not giving you the right reasons, source A is not giving you the right data, you have a source B, source C, and multiple sources. So it's called a waterfall enrichment technique, right? Wherein you are not relying on one data source, you are relying on many, and on top of that, you have email verification as a service, which is like a provider of if your data is right or wrong, if this email account exists or not, right? So rather than naming any one tool, I would say it's a waterfall enrichment as a technique that would give you the right best quality data. That works out really well.
And what about like customers data security? Because अगर Salesforce, Odoo और Microsoft अब ऐसे clients होते हैं तो like we have enterprise level of big clients. So मैं अगर आपके या किसी के भी tool में if I enter my data, so what's the security things actually?
So there are a lot of compliances which makes you secure. SOC2 is one, right? ISO certifications are there. So there are a lot of compliances that these days most of the companies do, which increases the trust factor.
So क्या data safe है?
Yes, it is safe. I mean, it is about the niyat of the company, right? If you are, so if I can speak about mine. I mean, we are SOC2 compliant. We are ISO 27000 compliant. We have been in the middle of in the end of completion of GDPR compliance also. Right. So to become compliant to these certifications, it requires us also to work out on a lot of stuff. I mean, to check if there is any hard or soft data leakage is possible or not, and close all the open doors and make it super secure. So these compliances make you feel secure.
Right, actually.
And see, it's not about data leakage happening from companies like us who are doing cold outreach for you. It's more about free tools and cheaper softwares which do leak a lot of data, and that's how data comes into the market.
Right. So generally these tools are not checking our data, right?
No, I mean, if I speak about Saleshandy, we do not use your data to further make our data quality better.
Okay.
I mean, we have been using a lot of third-party sources, but we are not yet using your data to further enrich, further make the data quality of the entire data pool better. No, we are not doing that.
And after the AI, so what are the latest features comes in the to get the best data?
So post AI, I mean, in AI era, I would say the most complex and tedious task of getting personalization at a prospect level is becoming possible, right?
Okay.
So earlier, before AI, it was the case that if I am sending a cold email, there is a golden principle that says that your email has to look like a DM,
Okay.
right? Wherein you
Okay.
have directly messaged to your friend,
Okay.
and वो जैसा दिखता है वैसा दिखना चाहिए
दिखना चाहिए
और वैसा फील भी आना चाहिए, one-on-one email होना चाहिए. It
Okay.
must look like a one-to-one send email and not one-to-many sent email, right? And in order to accomplish that, you have to have a personalization
Okay.
done at a very extensive level,
Okay.
at a prospect level, right? And it has been most tedious task of personalization at a prospect level, which is now a very simple, easy task, wherein AI is automating the research part. AI is writing personalized lines for each of the emails that are going out, right? So AI capability, if I may talk about, I have a list of 1,000 websites and CEOs of those 1,000 websites. AI can easily go through each of the websites and fetch the case studies of their business, and it can personalize the icebreaker or personalize the opener
Okay.
based on that case study matching to each of the founder, right? And that can be all done automatically.
Okay.
Even it can go, if you provide the list of all those 1,000 CEOs
list.
with the LinkedIn URL, it can go and check the LinkedIn bios and write a personalized icebreaker based on
Okay.
that bio also.
Okay.
So that increases your chances of your email getting read and replied,
Okay.
which used to take a lot of time, which used to consume a lot of time before. Now it is super easy, well automated.
So after the AI, what's the best practice for segment listing and personalized emailing outreach?
AI hasn't changed anything in segmentation. I would say AI has moreover changed on personalization. Segmentation, I believe, still remains the same. You segment on the basis of industry, on the basis of job titles, on a primary level. You segment on the basis of their intents. I mean, intents or triggers that you are maybe fetching the data from.
Right.
So segmentation remains the same. Job title, industry, geography, or this demographical data is the core thing that you segment your data with.
Right. Okay.
And then further use this segmented data to make it personalized based on each of this segment.
Okay. So is there any new features you have implemented after the AI for this personalization or something?
We are in building one. There are many that we have already built, but around personalization, we are in the middle of building one.
Okay.
So most probably 1 or 2 months we'll be out with AI-based personalization modules within Saleshandy, which can personalize the which can personalize the content based on the prospects inputs.
Okay. For any founders, so how they what are the KPIs for measuring the sales?
There are a lot of KPIs around cold outbounds or email outreaches in sales that a lot of people have been following. Open rates and click rates are the old ones. I mean, those are more on marketing side KPIs, not on a sales side KPIs. If I speak about sales side KPIs, they are more on how many replies you have generated out of 1,000 outreach, right? Okay. If you have reached out to 1,000 prospect, how many replies you have generated? So per 1,000 prospect, number of replies, number of positive replies. So you create a percentage of that, and you keep a check on the percentage positive replies you are getting per 1,000 prospects. is the key KPI that I believe every founder should be watching on rather than open rate or click rates.
क्या percentage होता है best practice में?
So 2 to 3% or 5% of reply rate.
Okay.
Total reply rate. Out of that, you get around or maybe total of 0.5 to 1% of positive reply rate.
Okay.
And then positive reply rate to meeting books.
Okay.
So this is the ratios that.
So what's the difference between reply and positive reply?
So not necessarily all time you get a reply, right?
Okay.
You even positive reply. I mean,
right.
You get a negative reply like I'm not interested or don't email me again, don't spam me, whole sort of stuff. So in reply rate, you consider all of this. I mean, in 4 or 5% of the metric that we are talking, we consider all replies, negative or positive. And then positive replies are those who have said, who have registered their interest that, okay, yes, I am interested in your service, or maybe send me this data or that data, or the conversation has been taken forward.
So qualified, jo personalized replied, it's all about qualified leads, right?
It's all about positive conversation happening next, right?
इसका क्या percentage होता है?
0.5 to 1% is a good number. I mean, if you are getting 0.5 to 1% of a positive reply, it's a good number.
0.
Yeah.
Okay. Any IT company, SaaS, suppose SaaS product somewhere had built. So what they have to do? Like from day one, they have to start the sales team, or they have to go with the sales marketing both?
I believe if someone is starting, it should not be sales team or marketing team. Yes, I mean, somewhere content marketeers and the content marketing team, digital marketing team, if the business is like that, a founder should look for setting it up. But I believe there must be one growth marketer or growth person that should be hired.
Okay.
Who understands this sales related stuff.
Okay.
And who can set up, who understand copies, how to write the copies, who understand the user persona, target market persona, who can do good copywriting creation, who is more creative side of person, and who can understand this entire process and set up in a right way.
Okay.
So you don't need a closing person or maybe account executive who is a closer at a start. You rather need a growth guy who is creative enough, who is fast enough to experiment a lot of stuff, and who can get these things set up fast for you.
Okay. So now the things are changing. Era is all about growth marketing manager or something, right? So where people have an understanding of marketing plus sales. So this is what you.
Yes, I mean. Sales is, I believe, more towards closing, more towards negotiation, and more towards, I mean, all those technical sales tactics, I would say.
So inbound and outbound, they.
Correct. And marketing is, I believe marketing is taking over on this side of sales also, wherein business development people are more of a marketer like people, not all business development people. I mean, but especially in the cold email outreach space, the ones who are doing email outreaches, they are more on a marketing side of function because it requires creativity and messaging, copy building skills also.
Okay. And for the founders, what kind of thought process they have to build when they want to start any startup or product? Because ऐसे तो नहीं होता ना, मतलब मैंने कुछ product बना लिया और बस चल जाएगा. So there should be some process.
Yeah, it used to be like that in 2015 or before that कि आप कुछ भी बना रहे हो, and if it has a tailwind, you are at least getting good number of sign-ups and good number of customers, though not sustainable. But in this time when softwares are built by softwares, right?
Okay.
So this is the time wherein softwares are not built just by humans, but softwares are built by softwares, right?
Okay.
There are a lot of AI tools now available which builds the software. So it's very easy to build any software.
Okay.
Lovable and Bolt, and there are many other softwares now available. Base 44 is one.
Right.
which easily creates a software for you, right? So it's not a magic, or it's not a big thing to build a software. And that's why any or every software is not going to be working. I mean, so any founder who is just building a software and thinking it is going to work, it is not going to work. It is more now towards how you are selling, how you are marketing, what niche problem you are solving for a niche persona. All of these things matter a lot nowadays. Then it used to be chalega kind of thing in 2010, 2015.
After this, what I realized, like sales process is done, data is done. Now let's talk about CRM. So why it is necessary, and like what features you have in the CRM side?
So we do have a lot of CRM integrations. We are not native CRM within Saleshandy, but we do integrate. I mean, if I speak about Saleshandy, we do integrate with a lot of CRMs, and mostly cover all the popular CRMs out there. Either it be Salesforce or Zoho or Pipedrive or HubSpot. Any we do integrate well with those CRMs. So CRM, yes, it is necessary. You need to keep a record of engagements that has happened with your prospects, or maybe especially when you are doing key account marketing, right, or account-based marketing. In that side, CRM is the core component which helps you record the engagement of each and every prospect at each and every time that you have been successfully able to connect. And then especially when the sales cycle is long, right, 6, 7 months, 8 months, that's when the CRM is very critical stuff to remind you of a right task, remind you to do the right task at a right time, and stuff like that.
And as you have integrated many CRMs, so what's your thought, like which CRM is best for any company who want bigger level or management for the clients?
Tough one to choose one. CRMs are good. I mean, most of the CRM does most of the stuff. So it totally depends on what's your budget, what kind of capabilities you are looking forward to, what kind of taste, what kind of feature you come up with. Startups who don't want to spend a lot on CRM side and who wants to get started, I believe they can opt in for Fresh CRM. I mean Fresh Sales, which is their CRM. It's not that expensive, and I believe they have a startup program. And for startup, a lot of CRMs, HubSpot also has a startup program. So there are a lot of CRM which would be good for startups, especially Fresh CRM. Fresh Sales by Freshworks is something that I have personally experienced using. HubSpot is something that I have personally experienced using. It's a startup friendly CRMs.
So after the AI come, any like outbound process which you have re-engineered?
Yes, personalization, as I mentioned earlier, prospect level personalization is totally re-engineered. It used to be done in a manual stuff, now fully automated. Email content and email copywriting is totally re-engineered. It used to be it used to require copywriters, it used to require good content writers to generate copies, which is now no more requirement. You simply put a right input and you get a best copies that works in 2025 and which will work in 2026. That also AI is able to think and deliver you. So these things are now gone out of the picture.
So after the CRM, the things comes in mind business, धंधा. So thing is कि आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है तो वो मैं स्टार्टअप्स को और एंटरप्राइजेस को, so जब मैं सेल करता हूँ तो which one is easier to sell?
If you are asking me about difference between reaching out to startups versus reaching out to enterprises, of course, I mean there's a sales cycle difference between these two. Startups are more quick in closers compared to enterprises. Ticket size is also I believe ticket sizes are dependent on what kind of startup you are reaching. It doesn't differentiate between ticket size, but mostly it's a decision making time that startups take versus the enterprises take is the key difference between these two.
So Dhruv, let's share some information to the founders. So my question is, like founders, IT companies, they are always looking for international sales. So what's your thought, and can you give 3 tips so that can boost their sales, and how do they have to approach in the international sales?
If founders are approaching international market and they are using cold outreach as a strategy, I believe the 3 tactics that you are asking is, I would say, look native to them. If you are selling to US, look native to US. Speak in their currency. Deal in their time zone. Make compliant to their policies or their compliances. So you look native to that region, and that's how you can do good international sales. Is something that I understand at a core. And on top of that, you build a brand in that geography by participating in events or conferences there in that native region.
So ये जो international sales, जब IT companies they hire the sales people or they start doing the international sales, so thing is कि वो उनका एक क्या परसेंटेज होना चाहिए? आपको अगर फोकस 30% मार्केटिंग पे करना चाहिए, 70% सेल्स पे करना चाहिए, या 50-50 से ही स्टार्ट करना चाहिए?
I see sales and marketing as a one stuff. It's not 30%, 50% or 50%, 50% kind of stuff.
In IT company, things are different actually.
But still, see, the funnel is one, right? So if you ask me about branding and sales, I do understand the difference. That branding is with different objective. But if we speak about marketing and sales, I believe both of them have the same objective. It is of revenue building. Though marketing team mostly focuses on lead generation, sales team focusing on revenue generation. This is the difference. But they are from a same funnel. They are a same team. Right. So it's not 60%, 40% focus there or here. It's more about which part of the funnel requires more attention. If your top of the funnel is shrinked, right, and it doesn't pass on to a lot of things below, you do not need a sales team. You need more focus in top of funnel. You need more marketing people. Right. And let's say if your broad marketing funnel, top of the funnel is your broad, but you have a leaky bucket. Right. A lot of things are getting wasted in the middle. You need people like that. And if you have a very, very, very thin bottom of the funnel, you need to put more effort in the sales side. Right. What can increase the conversion rate? What can make the demo to convert ratios higher? What can make SQL to conversion ratios higher? So based on the situation of the company, I believe founder has to choose where to put more efforts, where to put more team, and so on and so forth.
And if I talk about the international sales and cold outreach, so which, as per your experience, which regions are getting like more replies?
If we talk about cold outreaches and region specific stuff, and for IT companies, if I drill down and speak about, IT service companies get good responses from Middle East is what I have seen. Good responses from Nordic countries is what I have seen. So these are the geography that I have seen giving good replies and good open rates with cold emails.
So now the marketing, sales, everything we talked. Let's talk about the events and trade shows. So what's your experience till now, like exhibiting as a sales handy in local market and international market?
We haven't yet exhibited in international market, but we have started building our experience from the domestic market.
Okay.
The first expo that we did was last year. The first expo participation that we did was last year in Tech Expo Gujarat that happened in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And I mean, we wanted to learn how this space works. I mean, how the marketing or brand building with such expo participation works. And my experience has been really good. I mean, if any service company or any IT company has been participating in Tech Expo, they get a chance to meet a lot of people.
Right.
And you never know when this meetings or when this network or relations really get converted into a meaningful value exchange. Right. So it's a long-term game. It's a long-term brand building game if you are participating in trade shows or such conferences.
Okay. So after the event, like how the booth visitors are turning into the sales pipeline?
Post-event, I believe you should be reaching out to your booth visitors for sure. I mean, you must have taken their contact details, email addresses. You reach out to them. You primarily share the photo or the conversation of that particular person in the first reach out itself, building a bridge between you and them digitally. You have met them personally, but digitally you are building a bridge. So you, if you have a photo, you put that photo in the conversation to break the ice or use that as a first email. Then maybe you can keep sharing case studies. You can keep sharing your progress, your work. And at some time you have a soft CTAs with the case studies that if there's something similar that they have been facing and you can solve maybe.
So after the event, any success stories you remember?
I mean, from the last Tech Expo event, we do converted good enterprise companies whom we met there. And then we did business together and we have been doing business together. So there has been 10 or 15 companies I remember who have started using our tool, who have started cold outreach, who've been doing cold outreach with Saleshandy after that one particular event, which we participated in last year, which is Tech Expo Gujarat.
So after the event, have you changed any strategy or have you updated your mindset, like how things are working?
Yes, a lot. We realized the power of brand building activity post that event. So we invested a lot. I mean, that was the first brand building, not first, but that was an experiment that opened our eye that brand building results eventually into a great result in a long term. And post that event, we have been investing a lot in brand building activities.
Dhruv, this is message for the IT company founders. So generally what companies do, like they always switch between as you said, like there is no sales marketing, there's something. But what I have seen, like in IT companies, they have a belief like sales and marketing. So what they do, like they used to switch between the 6 months. Kabhi marketing mein, kabhi sales mein. So what's your thought in that?
I would say they are not switching between marketing and sales. Rather, I would say they are switching between inbound and outbound. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people try both of the stuff. Both of the stuff takes time.
Right.
Some takes lesser, some takes more. But eventually any inbound or outbound strategy requires patience and enough efforts. Right. So if you are doing cold outreaches, if you are setting up a cold outreach system or outbound system with a cold messaging as a strategy, it requires you to wait for 3 to 6 months to reap the fruits. Right.
So how we validate like ये जो strategy है वो सही है कि गलत?
So ROI is one thing that you focus on. So every 1,000 emails, if you're not generating even a single positive reply or 0.5% of positive replies, and not booking the meetings, or maybe things are not closing after, let's say you haven't closed even a single deal after 3 or 4 months of efforts, it's a signal that you are doing something wrong. Right. It's not a signal to stop doing outreach.
Okay.
It's a strong signal that you are doing something massive wrong. You are not doing enough experimentation or things like that. So it's not about changing the strategy in itself, right? For the inbound sake also, if IT service company is trying to build a content marketing strategy or SEO related strategies, it requires 6-12 months to get good inbound traffic and then conversions, right? So any of this, it requires time. But what is the most important part here is that you understand your prospects, your ideal customer profile well, and based on that you choose the strategy.
Okay.
So if the ticket size of your product is very high, let's say you are selling a product or service which is having an average ticket size of $50,000, outbound is a great way to quickly build your sales pipeline and get good results, right?
Okay.
Get good ROI positive system, right?
Okay.
It requires a time, because to close a $50,000 deal or a ticket size deal, you need to reach out to the right ideal prospect or customer who would have the similar sort of pain point which you can really solve for them, right? And if you are not able to make a match here, you will not be able to solve. Maybe messaging might not be working, maybe targeting might be wrong, maybe timing might be wrong. So you have to keep experimenting and checking if you are utilizing the right strategy.
Okay.
And switch accordingly instead of just randomly switching between two.
Okay. And what's the biggest mistake founders are doing when they are setting their first sales team?
I've seen a lot of people hire more expensive sales people who are more into sales closing tactics, or maybe towards the end of the funnel, sales closing side of a funnel, right? While if someone is early stage founder, it requires them to be focusing more on creative and fast dynamic people who can quickly build the pipelines for them, and founders themselves engage into the sales activity. So that with that 6 or 7 or maybe 1 year of experience doing sales themselves, they learn a lot about what's working, what's not working, what's market demanding, what's the what's the high ticket service that they can build on, right? So founder can focus on getting those insights together with closing and selling, and they hire someone who do lead generation, who do cold outreaches and meeting booking stuff. So this is the right hire in the initial time rather than hiring a salesperson. And
so एक right team क्या है? एक sales की अगर पूरी team मुझे बनानी है, तो आपको कौन-कौन से बंदे रखने चाहिए for outbound sales or something?
Yeah. So for a IT service company, I would say they must be focusing on inbound as well as outbound both, right? So maybe a small inbound team which is having a digital marketers, SEO people, or say backlink builders or content creators, right? On the sales side of stuff, they must have lead generators who are expert in this outbound process, who can do good prospecting, who are creative enough to write good messaging, right? Some of them call these people growth people, some of them call these people business development executives or sales development executives or representatives. So one is this, I mean, based on the size and based on the scale you want to achieve, you decide the number. 2 people in a sales development or business development or lead generation.
So generally, कितनी अगर मेरा कंपनी 50 का है, 100 का है, 500 का है, तो आपको किस तरह की टीम बनानी चाहिए?
I mean, it's not directly proportionate. To be honest, I mean, there is no right answer to 50, 100, 500 because I have seen 500 member service companies with 2 or 3 people in sales because they have most of the people working in the organization who are engineers and
Okay.
one client is been reserving around 200 people.
Okay.
So it's not a
That's a
size
different-
proportionate direct stuff.
To generate the sales actually.
Yeah. So one or two. So if I speak in a ratio format, for one account executive, there has to be at least one business development representative based on the volumes of based on the ticket size. If the ticket size is low, this ratio would be different. If the
Okay.
ticket size is high, this ratio would be different. Kaise?
Okay.
So, for example, if 2 business development guys are bringing in 10 meetings a week,
Okay.
then one account executive is enough to take
Right.
that 10 meetings a week
Okay.
and then further follow up. Right.
Okay.
If the space is such that one business development guy is able to manage getting 20 meetings in a week,
Okay.
then of course you would need a more on a account executive side who takes demos and gets into the closing part. Right.
Okay.
So totally depends on the ticket size,
Depend
the
on
business dynamics,
what service they,
what service
region
they are into,
targeting. Okay.
and all of those stuff. But you have to be conscious about the ratios. I mean, you have to learn the ratios so that when you are scaling, you can scale accordingly.
Okay. So do you believe like BA is required or any to set up in this kind of international sales team?
BA is just a title. I mean, you mean business analyst?
Yeah. Because they have to understand the client and
Yes,
then
I
based
mean,
on
yeah,
the technical
sorry, my bad.
understanding.
I understood BA as wrong. BA I understood as a business development guys. But if you are asking me about business analyst,
Yeah.
yes, they do play an important role in understanding the requirement of the client and maybe communicating it in a right way. But with AI coming into the picture, wherein communication is being simplified and can be done by a lot of people, their role has to expand, not
Okay.
just limited to client communication or becoming a mediator between client and a company.
Okay.
The role has to go beyond that. Maybe from BA to project manager,
Okay.
or a mix of project management and business analyst kind of activity.
Okay. And after the BA, so I want to understand what's your thought by hiring a consultant for the company, for the sales, marketing, or maybe technical consultant?
Companies do require external minds, that is for sure.
Right.
Or for that matter, anybody and everybody needs a reflection of themselves. I mean, we do look in our mirror and then we see ourselves, right?
Right.
Same way, if there is a team needs to have some consultant or say
Right.
external mind who see things from the other side and can give a feedback, right?
Okay.
So it's very important to have consultants, coach, mentors,
Okay.
or maybe a good friend of yours who see from the different perspective and who
Okay.
can be honest enough and who can be serious enough to give the right feedbacks to you at the right time.
Okay.
Right. So I would say yes. I mean, we do appoint a lot of consultants at our organization to figure out the blind spots that we are living with. So
Okay.
it is one of the crucial thing a lot of company misses out in the initial days.
Yeah, actually, generally what happened, like most of the companies, as a consultant, like I am also like digital marketing consultant, and what happened, like companies, sometimes small companies or even bigger, I have some bigger clients. So they have a minds, they have managers, but they don't see the things in the angle of business perspectives. And what I realized, that's the reason like companies are always looking for one consultant who have that kind of vision, who have seen the companies to grow. Maybe what I understand. So you must have to find out the same industry consultants. Suppose if you are SaaS company, you must have to figure out SaaS consultants who have previously done something. If you are like looking for even for the sales, even I have seen like companies are looking for consultants with the same industry. Like if they are into Microsoft or platform companies, they are finding consultants who have done things in the platform. Even the same like for the mobile or this normal website companies, they are also like finding a consultant who have done for the similar companies, like who have seen the growth of companies 0 to 5, 500 or maybe 15 to 25. So that's, I think that's a demanding thing.
Yes, companies do look for such experiences in consultants also, and that's a fair thing to look for. At the same point in time, if you are it's like not having a consultant is a absolute mistake.
Okay.
Then having a consultant who has not exactly the experience that you're looking for.
Okay.
So it's like that. So if you're not finding the right one, you should at least look for the closer match.
Right. Even I have seen like I met even the Vatsal Shah, Sandeep Sisodia.
Yeah.
So what's your thought? Like companies have to start taking this kind of coach or taking and understand the how sales are working, how business are working. Because I have seen like Sandeep Sisodia, I think they are taking sales something, sales class or something. And the Vatsal is all about business coach. So he teaches the right way of sales. So what's your experience in that?
Yes, I believe one should opt in for such consulting or such mentoring
Coaching.
services.
They are mentors actually. Good one.
We do have leadership coach who have been helping us in our organization.
Okay.
And functional level consultants and coaches are also required. I mean, if you are speaking about Sandeep Sisodia, he has been into sales, so we can call him a function specific coach, right?
Okay.
So it's a right thing. It comes under learning and development of your team member. If you are not doing it yourself, or if you don't have senior leadership team who has good experience in house, then you can absolutely go and hire or go and participate with the program in this kind of consultants bouquet.
Okay. And the consultant talks we are going on, right? So the suddenly question once comes in my mind. So what about the AI? So do company need to provide the training to their employees, their team members, to how to adopt the AI?
Yes, trainings would fasten the speed of learning throughout the speed of learning and adoption of AI throughout the organization. So better if you keep this learning exchange programs into the organization.
Okay.
It's a good thing. I mean, no harm in that. Because nobody knows who in the organization has been utilizing the best ways out there. Okay. So if there is such internal training programs or internal exchange programs into the organization, it helps a lot.
Okay, fine. So thank you for the answers. Now I have some questions regarding those more about the Saleshandy. Someone has to start or someone want more discounts or offer something. So are you planning for like any kind of like offer for the festival offer or something?
To be honest, I mean, this is not something that we have been doing a lot.
Okay.
Rather, we believe in charging the right value.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are charging. I mean, we are not overpriced, is what I have been seeing in the market amongst our competitors.
Okay.
So I haven't been seeing any such festival offers or things like that coming on. But as we are speaking, I mean, if someone in your reference or someone through this podcast comes in, I can surely help him, or someone who is starting new, I can help him extend the trial periods to give a more hands-on try to this outreach system. So we can maybe extend the trial period from 7 to 15 to maybe 30 days also.
So after people who are watching this podcast, I think you have a great chance to take the Saleshandy, and you will have more offers to coming with this reference.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So Dhruv, we talk a lot about SaaS. We talk about lot about the IT companies. Now let's talk some about the e-commerce, right? So first off, let's start. What's your experience with the e-commerce brands?
I'm not a D2C early adopter kind of a person.
Okay.
My co-founder is though. But I've been using Daily Objects a lot. The only D2C e-commerce brand that I use a lot is Daily Object.
Okay.
Other than that, e-commerce, I mean, there are giants that everybody uses. Okay. But I'm not an e-commerce frenzy guy who have been using a lot of D2C brands and can speak about e-commerce.
So as you are not into that, but is there any tips for the outbound sales for the D2C or e-commerce brands?
See, D2C or e-commerce doesn't happen via outbound sales.
Okay.
It's totally a e-commerce segment which requires you to. It's a cart thing, right?
Okay.
So they are not really into outbound sales. Yes, they can do outbound sales. They can use this outbound as a tool or channel to maybe increase their B2B business. So every e-commerce business has some sort of B2B businesses also. Or maybe vendor procurement they can do better with cold outreaches, or it can be many other use cases, but not sales use case, especially if someone is a D2C or e-commerce brand.
So after if I ask you, what other industry experiences you have for with the Saleshandy?
So if I answer you this question in the form of who all, as in
your
what
clients.
all industries have been using Saleshandy, mostly IT companies, consultants, finance companies, ed tech companies, manufacturers have now been using a lot to increase their export business. I guess mota this is the segment that we have been serving a lot.
Okay. And any big client name you want to say?
There's no one big client that I should be naming here, but there are good brands that have been using. In Ahmedabad also, there are a lot of good big IT service companies who have been using Saleshandy.
If I talk about in Ahmedabad, or if we talk about in India, which states, on which state you have more clients?
I haven't checked, to be honest. But recently, after the Tech Expo Gujarat, I have seen a lot of Ahmedabad and Gujarat based customers who have been using our product.
Okay, fine. So let's pass some messages to the new age founders. So what message you will pass to the new age founders who want to start a company and who are running a company like 10 to 15, 20 people company?
Yeah. I would say there is a difference between doing fancy and doing the real needed work. So save yourself from doing fancy stuff, which is low payoff activities, and focus more on high value, high reward items is what I would say new age founders. And if I speak about sales, same goes there. If your ticket size is very high, Don't wait for referrals to come in. Go outbound. Study your existing customers. Create a pool of similar kind of prospects and reach out to them. Don't wait for referrals to be coming in, or don't wait for inbound to be coming in.
And what about the personal branding?
It helps a lot in closers. With AI coming into the picture, building a personal brand is equally getting easy and difficult. I mean, if you talk about content creation, it's getting easy, but if you talk about value, it's still a difficult part to deliver when you are building a personal brand, right? So the value of a personal brand, real personal brand build, is still intact, and it helps a lot. It requires consistency and significant effort. So yes, you should keep doing it.
So as you are more active on the LinkedIn, right? So is there any success story you have, like through the LinkedIn you get maybe small, bigger, any client? With your personal branding, you have posted something and you start there, you suddenly got.
So when you're doing personal branding activities and posting on LinkedIn, you generally don't expect direct results, as in someone saw your post and who reached out to your messages that, hey, I'm interested and I want to work with you. No, it doesn't happen like that. It's more of a brand building activity. You build impressions, you stay top of the mind in your prospects' mind. So whenever they are looking for code outreach software, they comes to Saleshandy. This is the primary objective, and I really care to educate them, earn the trust of my target segment by delivering the value to them. So I focus on creating value and consistently showing up on LinkedIn. That is the current focus of mine.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dhruv. Now let's have some fireside chat. It will be one word answer. I will ask the questions and you need to just answer it, right? So in 50 seconds, why cold email not dead?
Every CXOs receive their paychecks on their mail box, right?
Okay.
Every time you receive a pay slip, you check it into the mailbox, even a CXO. So emails are being read by all. It is not going to be dead.
Okay, something like that. Okay. And one brutal truth B2B founders hate admitting about their outbound process.
They keep on checking the content, they keep on checking the deliverability side of things. They miss on ICP.
Okay.
They miss on targeting wrong people.
Right. Your one hack to double cold email replies.
First name personalization in subject line is must. PS at the end of the email after signature, that is personalized to each prospect.
Okay. Cold call versus cold email, which wins?
Cold emails are for scale. Cold calls are more for targeted high ticket closing.
Okay. So which wins?
If you are looking for scale, email wins.
Email always wins. Why 90% of SDRs fail?
Most of the time, they are targeting wrong people with wrong offer.
Okay. What's the most overrated sales metric, and what's the one we should track instead?
Open rate is badly overrated. Number of replies per every 1,000 prospects one should be taken care of.
Okay, great. If outbound was sport, what position would AI play?
Outbound is a sports. What position an AI
would play?
AI would play. So outbound as a marathon, and AI is kind of a booster shoes to them.
Tell me something controversial about outbound sales that everyone's too polite to say.
I would pass that.
Okay. The biggest lie founders believe about building a sales team.
Biggest lies founders.
The biggest lie founders believe about building a sales team.
Hiring an expensive closers.
I think that's a biggest. What's one upcoming sales trend you are betting big on 2026?
Very soon, full-fledged AI agents that do prospecting, that do writing, sending, everything is going to come into the picture very soon.
So in future, you don't need bigger teams. You need a one sensible salesperson, and the other that will only lead that agents, right?
It doesn't replace the teams. It will make people more efficient, I will say.
Okay.
But fully autonomous system is something that I am seeing coming soon.
Oh, nice. So if you could invent one dream outbound sales tool tomorrow, what problem it solve?
You do nothing. You just sign up. You give your objective and money, and tool does everything.
Wow, totally automation.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Dhruv. We are happy to you come here, and it was a really nice conversations. And hope after this people who are watching this podcast, you will got your sales answers. And if anyone thinking about to learn more about how sales are working, how things are working using the Saleshandy, you can contact Dhruv Patel. He is the like sales thing person, and if I talk about him, he has done a lot in the digital marketing and how to do the sales for the sales marketing outbound things for any SaaS companies. So I think if anyone want to contact, you can contact Dhruv Patel.
Thank you.
Thank you.